I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having tea. Turn up the love. Life is good. Or it can be wrought with fear, chaos, internal mess. There's so much going on, and it is imperative now, even more so than ever before, that we pay attention to what we are buying into, what we are allowing to influence us, where we are focusing, and where we're spending our time. We we are the light workers. We are the ones that are going to make this very big shift the world is entering into harder or easier, less sharp, less prickly. I've said this before, and the reading this morning absolutely bears that out. It is so much time for you to tune in, stand in your power, and own who you are. The Five of Gabriel is the overall arching message for this reading today. It says, a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Withdraw from this could happen, that could happen. The sun could implode and we could all die tomorrow. Any number of things can happen. We will propagate the energies of whatever it is we're focusing on. One of the things that keeps being propagated in the field where I play most is, I'm going to lose my Social Security benefits. It's possible I could. It was always possible you could. And nobody has. Not one single person that I have talked to has lost anything. If we continue to fuel all those negative, fearful, divisive possibilities, we're going to bring into the reality what we don't want. And that is true in every area of your life. It is time to stand in your courage, own who you are, and everything you came to be. You came in now for this very thing that is happening in the world. The how is where we get caught up and we start writhing in fear and chaos and divisiveness and anger and injustice and all of those things. And that's more of what we're going to create. We want to stand in our power, knowing that we are the creators. We are the ones who are bringing our energy into the world always, every day, every second, every thought, every word, every belief that we indulge in is creating more of that energy, because the law of energy says it goes out from us, it finds the same kind of energy, and it brings it back to us. And now, as we move into the solar eclipse that is happening on the 29th, our creative manifesting energy is super powered. Whatever you're focusing on is going to come to pass. What we don't want to get caught up in is the how that this massive shift that is taking place is going to happen. The how isn't my business. I have such a limited perspective. Do I believe it's going to be sunshine and roses? No, I don't think it is. Most big challenges that create the biggest changes in our lives are often not very comfortable in the middle of the whole process. But us holding our power, our ground, our choice to breathe into what we desire this world to be, is where our power lies and where we want to hold it. Okay. The next card that came up is so cute. Practice curiosity. Practicing curiosity doesn't hold an outcome. Good morning, Julia. It allows for all the possibilities. What is possible here? What is possible for me in my life, in this realm? What would I rather have if I was the creator? Because we are. Good morning, Jade. We are creating, and us standing in the power and the knowledge that the power of our intention is huge. The subconscious is where so much of the creation happens. So you want to be open, willing, and ready to be guided by your higher power, your power team, your angels, guides, companions, to being made aware of what it is you're creating at all times. That absolute choice to pray that, connect to it, connect to them is such a powerful way to walk in the world, because you're allowing that higher wisdom to come in and guide you. And so the subconscious becomes conscious, and I can tell you that subconscious generally is a pretty mean girl. She's rarely loving, kind, and gentle. She's the one that's been encoded with everything that we are supposed to be that we are not. I've been thinking about bringing back the Mean Girl program that I received several years ago now, about how to find her, how to see what she's really telling you, to see what she looks like, and then learn to silence her, because she is not your highest and best. She is the one that wants to keep you limited, because change is scary. Limitations are known and comfortable. It's time we got uncomfortable. And we have to have the courage to do that. We have to have the courage to face the truth of who we really are, which really doesn't take much courage when we find out who we really are. But part of that process is finding out what we tell ourselves all day, every day. She's pretty awful, honestly. I would never stand in front of anybody and let them tell me the things that I have said to myself through the years. So, what is it you keep propagating that you no longer, well, you never really did want it. You just didn't know you had the power to end it. And you do. The power of your intention. That is one of the biggest things people walk away from during my retreat. So I have one very challenging one in the last retreat, who was so embedded in all that had happened bad in her life that she had very little scope to own all the amazingness that had happened. She's amazing on so many fronts, but she's only focused on everything that didn't happen the way she wanted it, and all that she wasn't, and everybody's meanness towards her. We shifted her a fair amount, but she still stands in a lifelong pattern, less than before. But this is an intention you make. You have to choose this, which means it's kind of a constant awareness that you're being willing to be shown. This is you standing in your power. We've got practice curiosity. Oh, follow your bliss. Your passion is where your path lies. I'm going to pull that back just a little bit. Is that not cute? Looking for the honey. Sometimes when you're getting the honey, you get stung. Is it worth it? In my opinion, yes. Because honestly, much of the time, unless you're deathly allergic to bees, that sting produces a good response in your body. Some people have used bees like in bags on their back to sting them, to get their antihistamines up, to ease a condition of pain that they had. That's what the bees did for them. And the bees do so much more. So is the honey worth it? Absolutely. Is it free? Never. There is no free ride in this life. Whatever you think you're entitled to, you are not. No one else owes you anything. It is only for you to do what you can do. It is for you to step into a choice of making a change now. So, I love this one. It's time for you to wear your party hat. Be courageous enough to stand in the truth of who you are, regardless of what others say. Their opinion is not your business. Yeah, Jade, always a sacrifice. There's always something that we quote unquote have to pay for these shifts. We have to implant our energy in them. It's like I no longer give away any of my sessions for free. Why? Not because of the money I want, but because of the fact that no one values what they don't put energy into. It is a proven fact. If something's free, people don't really value it. So my sessions became gifting in that you can go on my site, go to my pay button, and you will find that my normal session price is one thing, and you have the option to pay what you can afford, because I understand everybody cannot pay me what my session price is. Many people can, and they do, but I am willing, open, and ready to allow people to come in and pay me what they can, because it is important to me that I be able to work with as many people as possible. Law of equal exchange. Yes, Scott. I always get confused, Jade Scott, when I see your name, because I met Scott as Scott, and Scott is a lovely gentleman that I met in Guatemala and had a lovely time with. Good morning, Valerie. So have the courage to put your party hat on. Show up as who you came in this world to be. Don't know who that is? You can be open, willing, and ready to be guided into that. And I can give you a hint: it is in your greatest passion that your path lies. Why you are passionate is what you came to do in this world. And it's what you can do the most easily, the most effortlessly, and with the most fulfillment and joy. You might be thinking, how can crocheting be my path? Let me tell you what, as you create whatever you're crocheting, you can intend for the energy of love, of healing, of peace. Let's say you crochet baby blankets for newborn babies. You can put into that empowerment, into the truth that they know the amazing little soul they are and that they came to be. You can impart love, you can impart peace, joy, ease, expansion, power, courage, whatever you want by the power of your intention. What is the power of your intention? It is powerful AF in creating more of what you desire in this world and less of what you don't. You are the creator here. You can create everything you desire, but it does mean that you're going to have to exchange something for that. Generally, it's the looking at the things within you that are standing in the way. That's where the mean girl comes in. What is it she keeps telling you? What do you keep believing in there? Years ago, I told my sister, she was at my kitchen table, and my sister was such a powerful love purveyor. And yet she was someone who had no idea of the power she brought into this world, and she would not accept it. At one point in an exchange we were doing called Light Your Day, I got to send her a message every day that helped in 3 months shift her entire life. What was that? Easily the understanding of who she was, shifting her focus into all that was good in her life, and reminding her that our daily possibility is that we can help someone in some way today. In 3 months, everything in her life shifted, and she was responding back to these Light Year Day texts I was sending her, and I could see the power of her inner light starting to shine, and then she quit responding. And I asked her, I said, why aren't you responding anymore? And she said, oh, because I just feel stupid. I feel like I'm just making things up. And that is so true of when we are delving into our inner self and bringing through our highest guidance, that we feel like we're an imposter, like it's not true. But the truth is, Creator generally speaks in our minds. We usually feel it somewhere in our body, and we don't believe that we can receive that kind of guidance. And she never was able. But anyway, she was sitting at my table, and I said, do you have any idea how strong we are? She said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, for all these years, we've been listening to the mean girl inside us beat the hell out of us, tell us how stupid, fat, ugly, incapable, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not wise enough, all of that. And yet, look at what we've done. We could be cowering in the corner in a ball of sniveling tears and snot, but we didn't because we chose differently. And so I invite you to consider what beliefs are holding you in place? Where are you imprisoned within yourself? And what is it you truly want to bring into this world? The last card that came up is the Five of Gabriel. No, no, that we already did that. This is your power to resolve. It is the Ten of Ariel. There is so much to be grateful for. Things are looking up. You can create the things you desire. Financial success and the promise of retirement. Let's retire the mean girl. Let's step into the power of having the time, the ability, the circumstances to do what you desire in life. What are those circumstances? Write them down. And during this the solar eclipse coming up, we're moving into that energy. Again, the high powered fueling energy to create. So whatever you're focusing on, you're going to create. Write down what you desire. What circumstances would be true for you if you truly could create your deepest desire? What does that look like? Write it down. And on the day of the solar eclipse, at some point, breathe deeply 10 times, burn that piece of paper, and send it to God, Creator, the universe, the central sun, the big brother, the galactic team, your causal spiritual team, the tag collective, whatever you call that. I can guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt, they do not care what you call them. It is that you acknowledge that you are giving it up. You're giving it up to your higher wise guidance, and you're ready to step into your power. That higher wise guidance could come in the form of a retreat. The most intensive way to create the new life you've been looking for. I invite you to visit my website, solarpower.net, SOULER, your soul's power, solarpower.net, and check out the retreat. I think we're complete for this beautiful day in spring. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.